Here we go. Welcome to Disco Elysium Let's Play, Episode 7. As you would expect, we're continuing where we left off. It's been a week since we've played, so I was pretty busy on Thursday, wasn't able to squeak in that episode. So, as a result, we are gonna try to see how far we can get today. I'm not gonna go too long, because I've got the Binding of Isaac race to 3,000,000% coming up after this. But, yeah, hopefully we can make some good progress. I feel like we've been making good progress. So we came up these stairs in this abandoned building, or what seemed like an abandoned building, and I think this guy is creating a role-playing game that he does over the phone with people, so this should be interesting.
Hello, I'm Nia.
Oh, it's not a him, it's a her. It's a chick. Novelty dice maker. A bird-like woman sits on a throne of tools with emerald light shining through her hair.
Did you try knocking on my window? I must have missed you. I've been listening to my Milius.
Her Milius? She taps on her headphones.
So what kind of die are you looking for?
She's got a direct view to the backyard. You should interrogate her about the lynching.
What do you mean Milius? I want to know about the Milius.
Yes, a Milius is like a call-in station. You need a two-way radio to access one. That's why I have these.
She pats the headphones on the table.
Mostly, they just teach you to swear in different languages. But some of the stations can be quite interesting. I was so absorbed, I must have missed you knocking.
Did she say something about the knocking? No, she said, I couldn't hear you knocking. What did she say? Did you try knocking on my window? She didn't say, I haven't knocked on your... She didn't say, you knocked on my window. She said, oh, did you try knocking on my window? So that's kind of a stupid statement. Why are you asking me about dice?
I'm a novelty dice maker. Tell me the name of your role-playing system and I'll make the die you need. That's why you're here, yes?
I'm not interested in buying dice right now. I'm a police officer and I need to ask some questions.
Of course, I can see that. I just thought you were a police officer looking for dice. How else can I help you then?
Did I welcome you to the stream, Robert? Damn, sometimes I can't remember if I do or not. If I didn't welcome you to the stream, welcome to the stream, Robert. Nice to have you here.
No falsehoods are present. She's a novelty dice maker and doesn't have anything to hide. Ask what you need.
What do you know about the man who was lynched behind the whirling in rags?
Nothing really. I didn't know him.
Seriously? You've got a great view of the courtyard and you didn't see or hear anything Sunday night?
I'm sorry, Detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window.
Well, that makes sense. And you never took your eyes off the work to look out of the window?
I might have, but in this case, all I would have seen is my own reflection staring back from the darkness.
Why is that?
It's light here, but dark in the yard at night.
It's really hard to make anything out in the yard when it's dark outside. Besides, I rarely get up to look out the window when I'm in the zone.
This person values focus above all. She keeps her sharp sight on the instruments before her.
Do you often work Sunday nights?
It's an odd profession, making dice for people, but I like it, and I prefer doing this to sitting at home.
Thanks for your understanding, Robert. What do you mean by the daily ruckus?
Well, there's always something going on in the Whirling's backyard.
She stops to try and come up with an example.
During daytime, there are usually those kids. And lately, I've been seeing a lot of drunk workers hanging about. Must be because of the strike.
She's heard of the murder, but did not see it, sire.
Hello, Mr. Din. Welcome to the stream. Nice to have you here.
But I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid.
I see. Thank you for your answers.
She nods.
Anything else, officer?
Hey, where are we anyway? What is this place?
We're inside the chimney of an old central furnace. It's strange, I know.
She looks at the ruddy bricks that make up the walls. Even though they've been repainted, there are still signs of coal-black soot here and there.
But when I arrived here, all the other rooms were taken, so I had to build myself a makeshift home. Besides, I don't really have to pay any rent here, so that's a plus.
It's a pretty sweet setup, honestly. I love it. A nice loft, huge window, tall ceilings. I would like to live there. I would totally live there. I would live and work there. How did you become a dice maker?
How did I become one? It was a business decision. I was a regular jeweler at first, but that's an unfocused field with too much competition. Some of my friends were role players. They asked me to make some polyhedral dice out of cobalt. That was my first order. I grew it from there.
Do you like role-playing games yourself?
Not especially. I like working with rare materials and a steady pay. And role players as customers? They're nice people.
Cool.
Some of those nice people have big bucks to spend on novelty items.
Do you know what happened to the other tenants? Everyone else is gone.
More or less. Are you interested in anyone specific?
Oh, quite a lot of them spring to mind.
What happened to the gym?
It wasn't merely a gym, it was Artemitep's boxing club. A community project created to steer at-risk youth away from drugs and crime.
Awesome. And who was Artemitep?
A kind man from Zemsk. I heard he had some trouble with the law when he was younger, and that's why he wanted to start the gym, as his way of giving back.
Judging from the kids I've met so far, it didn't really work, did it?
It didn't. If anything, it made the youth situation in Martinez even worse. At some point, someone started a rumor that the punching bag downstairs was full of amphetamines.
You should have known it.
Why's that?
It's not really full of that. No one would store their drugs like that.
Eventually, the coalition took away the funding and the club went bankrupt. This was a few years ago. It's gotten much more peaceful around the plaza ever since.
Did someone make stuffed animals? I saw mounts lying around.
There used to be a fashion atelier here, but I have forgotten the head designer's name. They were doing well for a couple of years, until the insect rights activists came.
Insect rights activists? What in the name of?
The atelier produced a certain collection that used chitin among the materials. Apparently chitin is made in the Occident, where it's extracted from beetle wings. And you know how all kinds of political movements are big in the Occident. The activists shut down the biggest chitin supplier, which of course caused the price to skyrocket.
Stupid activists.
And, naturally, all the most fashionable tastemakers refused to be seen in chitin from then on. The atelier went bankrupt before they could finish the collection.
But insects don't have any brains or feelings.
Actually, insects do have brains, but yes, I understand what you're saying. I think the protesters took it a little too far.
As she shifts around, you notice several dead flies on the windowsill in front of her. Legs up. They're not moving.
Anything else?
Oh, I clicked on the wrong one. I clicked on I found creepy mannequins. I meant to say, did someone here make stuffed animals? I saw mounts lying around.
You mean Mr. Fabron, the taxidermist? No, he mostly just did drugs.
But what drugs exactly?
I need to know what drugs he was doing for my police report.
He got high on some weird taxidermy chemicals. I wouldn't recommend it to anyone. Eventually, they caused him to lose control of his bladder. The smell was awful.
Damn.
Even you can probably do better than that.
What's with the rotor blades and skis?
They were made by a company called Slipstream. After they pivoted from making rotor blades to skis, their chief executive took off on a vacation with all their money.
She rests her chin on her hand with an impish smile.
Honestly, I think it's quite funny. I think he's still sending out holiday transmissions from Tulula or Tiumotiri or Hashkor or wherever he is.
Interesting. What do these transmissions say?
The usual, I imagine. That he's been thinking up all kinds of new business plans and can't wait to get started on them just as soon as he returns.
She laughs and turns around in her
The
chair.
slipstream is history now. All their remaining assets got seized by the bailiffs in 47. I have no idea why those keys and blades are still lying around in the house.
They were props. Why return them?
There was a terrifying taxidermied bear in the cellar.
Oh boy, the fabled Revachol ICT. You're in for a treat here.
She smiles and leans closer, hands on her knees, like a stand-up comedian ready to tell a
The
story.
place was owned by two guys who had some rather innovative ideas about marketing. The bear was one of them. Now ask me about their other ideas.
Indeed. What were the other ideas?
All right, what about the other ideas?
There was really just one, and it involved picking out the prettiest girls in the neighborhood and paying them 20 cents per hour to man the booth.
Man what booth?
And by man the booth, I mean slump behind the counter with a face that could maim you if you ever dared to disturb their bored magazine browsing.
Fritta does the same thing.
She does. I know a girl just like that. She works in Frita as a cashier and she's not particularly friendly.
Employing silky teenage girls is a widespread practice, yes. Unfortunately, they always come in packs. I'm talking about acne-ridden girlfriends and gorilla-like boyfriends loitering near the shop. At least that's what happened with Revachol ICT. And they already had the bear.
She closes her eyes as if remembering something painful. What about the bear?
The bear.
She repeats, pressing thumbs into her temples like trying to suppress a headache. It didn't work out?
Of course not. The bear was terrifying. No one wants ice cream guarded by a hostile apex predator.
I do.
To make matters worse, the fridge didn't work too well either, and half the ice cream came out malformed and partially melted. Eventually, Revachol ICT lost the price war to its rival, Glace 5000. Glace 5000 sold caramel sundaes for only 5 cents a piece, out of regular fridges.
It's the market doing its job.
Maybe, because the taxidermist who made the bear definitely wasn't. Doing his job, I mean.
How come?
She said that the bear was his vision beast. He said he met his vision beast while high on desiccants. Called it Megatherion.
What?
Sounds cool.
Megatherion?
Megatherion, a mega wild beast.
What's a mega wild beast? What was the drug she said? Desiccants.
It's an imaginary beast that guides you through life. By telling you to do more drugs, mostly.
A wise and noble beast, guiding you toward the land where the streets are paved with drugs.
What was our vision beast? We had some kind of an animal, didn't we? Oh, it was the bird. We came up with the bird. I don't have a comment on drugs.
Understandable. You shouldn't do them. You're a police officer after all.
Exactly.
Anyway, now you know the story of the fallen ice cream empire.
She seems almost sad finishing the story. Some dust beams swirl in the afternoon air. Her eyes follow it idly.
Little sparkling embers under the window. Outside it's light. Light scatters from the low-hanging cloud cover. There's always the threat of snow.
Anything else? Another failed business, perhaps? I've been here for a long time.
I found the building's intercom, but it's not working.
Oh, right. I hope you didn't try to ring me.
She rubs her forehead. Her scarf has left a faint line on her dusky skin.
I think none of those doorbells work, including mine. I'm still in the middle of connecting the wires. Sorry about the confusion.
So you're telling me that you have a doorbell there? Which one?
The one with an empty name card. It's the last one in the list. As I said, it's quite useless right now. It doesn't work yet.
I have a few more questions about the building.
Sure, I'm listening.
I found a strange machine.
Fortress Accident, the radio game studio.
She closes her eyes as some remnant of a memory lights up her face.
They were an interesting bunch. We talked about role-playing systems every now and then. Once, I even saw two of them get into fisticuffs over Wiro.
That's understandable. Fantasies are serious things. The mind is the drawing board of history.
They certainly took their work very seriously, even if they seem to be chronically liberal with their schedules.
What do you mean, liberal? What happened?
The usual. They ran out of money and couldn't get the project done on time.
Liberals running out of money? You don't say.
Well, I did hear them talking at times.
She looks at the hallway as if she can still hear them chit-chat behind her curtains on a cigarette break.
They seemed to believe they were historical individuals on some grand quest.
She sounds almost mocking when she says that.
From what I've seen so far, the project did look quite impressive.
Yes, but when the money started to run out, they just began to complain a lot about capitalism. You know, how the markets are rigged to keep out new businesses and so on. In the end, they just didn't get it done. They didn't have enough willpower to produce something truly historic, and to show up to work on time.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Showing up to work on time is hard. No, scratch that. Showing up to work at all is difficult, especially if you've been drinking.
No, it's not difficult to show up at work. All you have to do is set your alarm, get up, and go. That's it. It's that easy. You're right. They should have tried harder. They had everything needed to succeed.
Still, not everyone is going to make it. That's the nature of the game.
The result is 1 on a 20-sided die.
What does that mean? The game with non-stop depth. You got it, Dylan. Welcome to the stream, man. Nice to have you here. I was rewatching your New Year's Eve stream. I'm probably only about halfway through it right now. Thank you very much for the shout out on your stream. I appreciate that, man.
Anything else?
I have more questions about the intercom. I do like the story to this as well, Robert.
I'm pretty sure it still doesn't work, but sure. What do you want to know?
Sometimes I feel like I wish there were more nuanced options. I feel like there's too often black and white options, but I do really like the story. Okay, I thought there was going to be more stuff.
I'm listening.
I'm guessing we can probably come back to her later and ask. What's up with the broken windows?
Oh, this one's a mess. There used to be a company that promised to repair windows 24 hours a day. What could go wrong with this one, right? Turns out, the business was actually set up as a front for an illicit group that was producing snuff milias. Who would have guessed?
What snuff milius?
What's the snuff milia?
And they never cleaned up the debris either. Now it's just littering the hallway and I have no idea how to get rid of it on my own.
Cool, very cool about the debris. But what's a snuff milieu?
It's a sub-rosa radio station that broadcasts real murders with real victims. Some people pay good money to get off on it.
I really appreciate it, Dylan. That's awesome. I'm glad you consider myself to be a real gamer. All right. It's a sub-rosa radio station that broadcasts real murders with real victims. Oh. Some people pay good money to get off on it. So it's like snuff films, but snuff radio.
Nothing changes in her tone as she says that, as if it's just another piece of information to lay out for the world. What does she mean to get off on it?
That's horrible. Were they arrested?
I believe the ICP got them. They have a special division that deals exclusively with sub-rosas.
It's the Copperpedia reporting in. ICP stands for International Collaboration Police.
In any case, I don't think it's your job to worry about what happens on Milius. I probably shouldn't have even mentioned it. Things like that are better forgotten.
There used to be a hair salon here, right?
Yes, I think it was called Androgynous Orlando or something similar. They weren't a big hit around here. Turns out that working class men don't like genderless haircuts. They're scared of that word.
Yeah, you don't want genderless haircuts. There's nothing wrong with dudes having long hair or girls having short hair, but genderlessness?
A bit of experimenting every now and then isn't bad.
Hey, Esau, welcome to the stream. Nice to have you here. Which reply do I want to give? You know what? I'm a simple man. I don't really have any opinions on hairstyles.
Me neither. I just want it off my face.
Actually, I had other questions.
Good. I hope it clarified things a bit. What else?
I have more questions about this building.
I'm listening.
Oh, it's the same stuff that we just did.
Good. I hope it clarified things a bit. What else?
I've heard this place is cursed. Did you know that people call it the doomed commercial area?
I've heard the stories, but I don't think those stories are true.
Placence is the one who sent me. She's convinced that the place is swarming with malicious energies.
Plaisance, the bookshop lady? I've heard that her business is doing rather well. Have the energies spared her somehow?
I like 2 and 4. Actually, the bookstore isn't doing that well. There are hardly any customers, and she has to exploit her own daughter to keep the company going.
Oh, right. But it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the whirling in racks? Some people say it's part of the building complex.
You're right, the whirling doesn't really look like it's cursed.
And then there is me.
She sighs, looking at her messy work table. All kinds of tools lie there scattered, from knives to carving files to wire cutters.
I've been here for 14 years, selling novelty dice to role-playing enthusiasts. Not exactly a million-real business idea, yet somehow I've survived despite the talk of malicious energies. Strange, isn't it?
All you have to do is put in a little bit of hard work. And really, you don't need a lot of money. If you're smart with your money, even a little bit can go a long way.
Maybe it's just because she's so talented that she's been able to woo the curse.
I'll be the first to admit there are many inconsistencies in this so-called curse.
I was just about to ask, what do you think? Do you think the curse is real?
I'm starting to see that there is no curse. Only business decisions and natural market fluctuations.
Exactly. Truth is always so disappointingly mundane and boring. But I'm glad we got this sorted out. Anything else I can help you with today?
That's all she has to say on the subject. She's been thorough and truthful, as far as we can see.
We could try Shivers. Okay, I'd like to order a die from you. I wonder if I can get her to make die with only 6s on it, so I can always roll the perfect outcome every single time. That would be awesome.
Of course. Tell me what you have in mind.
Do you tell me about your most extraordinary die?
A star that fell from the firmament? Those cost more than 7 real. Are you sure?
No, I'm afraid it's not worth it, sorry.
Alright, maybe some other die then?
I'm looking for something to help with my work.
I think I have just the right one for you.
She opens the top drawer of her work desk and takes something out. 2 polyhedrons, red and blue, are cradled in her palm. I don't get it.
You're a police officer, right? Here, catch. They're
Red
a
and
gift
blue.
from me.
Nice.
A beautiful woman tossing you a gift. Whatever you do, don't overthink it.
Let's try to catch them.
You overthink it. Your hands can't agree what to do, and the 2 dice drop to the floor and scatter in opposite directions, like pearls from a broken string. The blue one disappears down the pit in the center of the room.
Oh no.
Ah, down the drain, like your career. I apologize, officer. That comment was unnecessary.
I'm gonna pick up the red dice.
That one is made of bloodstone with a lapis lazuli inlay. The other one was the inverse. They were a set, you see, but now the set is broken. It's a shame. They might have brought you luck. You definitely need luck in Martinez.
Okay, we definitely gotta go look for this blue dice.
Now, was there anything else?
Let's leave and see if we can increase our shivers. Yeah. Too bad I couldn't catch that. It would have been nice if I could have.
Wow, you work hard.
I do?
Oh, yes. You hustle. You're a provider. It's tough out there, but you keep it real and provide.
I guess I do, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like a horse. A workhorse. For hard work.
What hard work do I do exactly?
Look at yourself. You're a human pedometer. You must have walked 200,000 steps down cracked asphalt, mosaic, sand, and linoleum after you re-emerged. That is the sign of a hustler who never gives up. The world is harsh and people are evil. You didn't make it that way, and you won't let it break you. You ride.
I effing ride till I die, B.
That's just what it's like. Life and death. But you got gills on your side, baby. Got those black papers with the faces of the innocents on them. You bring in the Franco Negros and the Solas.
What is he talking about? Hey, 97, welcome to the stream. What's the good news? Awesome. That's great to hear that you got your PS4 running, 97.
It ain't easy, but you do it. Day in and day out. You didn't make the rules, but you won't lose. You're a cop, and a sprinter, and a money printer.
Oh, and then there's pawning stuff off to that suspicious Roy guy.
Yeah, you're in the sales business. Shake 'em for shit and then pawn it off. Law officer style.
I guess I've made some gills, sure.
Sure. And has it been easy? Is life easy? Have you not gone into cardiac arrest? Are you not about to have an anxiety attack or shoot yourself in the mouth? But you still hustle 24/7, ride or die. Now, ask yourself, are you rich?
No, I'm actually not.
That's right. You work harder than anyone. You almost rode yourself to the grave, and you're still practically a hobo. Why is that?
I don't know. Why am I so poor?
Because of the taxes. G-Man's got his jam-covered sticky fingers in your pocket, stealing from you every time you buy, sell, walk, talk, fart, so much as sneeze. Aren't taxes almost non-existent in the Gossamer state that is Revachol?
I thought there were no taxes.
You and I both, but they got those indirect modes of taxation. Sales tax, excise duty, extraction tax. This tax that doesn't even have a name. Plus, there's the stuff people in other countries pay for that makes them ask for more money from you here. The Gossamer state's a myth. In total, the coalition government is taking 98% of all your money.
Free market fundamentalist? Are you sure? That seems like a pretty big number.
What are you not sure about? They're milking your nipples till they bleed. Can't you see? Aren't you sick and tired of having bloody nipples?
Bloody nipples suck. Yeah, the hobo comment. I am kind of a hobo cop. I'm not too sure about any of these. Maybe I should go for the middle of the road. It's only making me into a free market type. But then I guess I'm a free market fundamentalist now? What's the difference between one's opting in, one's opting out, and they're both free market types? I just don't think I understand this. All right. Bleeding nipples are kind of a pain, but how will deregulation help me with that?
It's all about the tax issue, hustler. No other problem in the world is as pressing as top marginal tax rates. And don't you fucking forget it.
Now I forget what I wanted to do here.
Oh, it's you again.
Shivers, that's right. Shivers. All right, Shivers. I don't have a skill point to use. We might be able to change our clothes, though. Shivers +1. Let's see if there's anything else we can do. All right, let's just try it. I think it's a white check, so I can always retry it.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die?
Yeah, let's try it.
You feel nothing. If anything, it's uncomfortably warm in here.
Start taking off your clothes. You need to connect.
Excuse me, what are you doing?
The dice maker stares at you while you start to fuss with your pants. I'm trying to lower my blood temperature.
And why would you do that?
It's part of the special technique I have.
And what technique is that?
She squints at you, a little astonished at what she's hearing. You still haven't gotten your zipper open. Okay, hear me out. Sometimes I get these feelings.
Officer, this isn't how mature adults deal with their feelings.
Now you feel something. The cold damp of shame washing over you.
Can we please just forget this ever happened?
Ugh, gladly.
Damn, okay. The blue dye is gone forever? Oh no. No, no, no. We're getting that blue dye. If you think that blue dye is gone, you are sorely mistaken. That blue dye is ours. Oh, that's this room. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Oh, it's fine.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black.
Let's look inside.
It's dark and grimy here. In the darkness you can hear chat. The echo is so prominent, it's impossible to discern what the voices are saying or what's producing them.
What's happening?
Maybe it's coming from somewhere upstairs. You should investigate.
You can hear chatter. It's coming from above a voice or several voices talking to each other near the smoke chamber upstairs. Okay.
Or maybe you're just hungover again.
I was hoping the dice would be down here somewhere.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it slowly melting.
Turn the ice cream crank.
Turning the crank feels oddly satisfying, like stirring your childhood dreams. In the distance you hear water dripping.
So maybe let's put down the pry bar. Do you have any other physical instruments that we can increase? Hey, there's +1. Alright, let's test it out now.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it slowly melting.
Well, let's hope the camera wasn't on. Yeah. Oh, I need to have the crowbar to even try to open it. Let's see if we just try to crack open the lid. How long is the game? I think I've heard anywhere from like... I've heard different people say different things. I've heard anywhere between 30 to 100 hours. So, quite long.
You slip your fingers under the frozen lid, but the ice is too cold for you to get a good grip. If you want to try again, then you need to have the pry bar in your hand, detective.
Equip the pry bar by going to the...
Yeah, I know how to do that, woman. Long as heck. That is correct. That is a very accurate statement there, Dylan. What is this thing again?
A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall. It's too dark to see in.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's leave. We've dealt with that before already. It is very interesting. And I heard that it can go many different ways as well. No, I think you were right, Dylan. I don't think I'm going to be able to find that dice. That's kind of sad. I was really hoping to find that dice. Too bad I couldn't catch it. I'm just going to take a moment here and I'm going to go feed my cats. I'll be right back. Well, not feed them. I'm going to give them a treat. So you've got Disco Elysium, Dylan. Have you played it? Have you started it? Have you played it all the way through? Let's go talk to the lady, because I feel like we're done that mission or that quest. We should also have a look through our objectives or quests and see what else we can do.
You're alive and well. Don't keep me waiting now. What's in there? In that dark sarcophagus?
The dark sarcophagus?
Yes, yes. How was it?
Tell her how ghastly it was. You know it's what she wants to hear.
It was a charnel house of failed business enterprises leeching life energy from this bookstore. You haven't started yet? Trying to decide how to start? On stream or off? That is a dilemma. If I have an opinion, I will let you know, Dylan.
I knew it. Oh, such horrors that have been thrust upon us.
She shakes her head.
But what else did you find? Did anything survive? No, of course not. Have you located the entity?
I talked to the entity you told me about. Her name is Neha, and she's a novelty dice maker.
A novelty dice maker? Well, spit it out. Why does she need the dice? For some kind of sorcery? Sometimes they use the ankle bones of sheep.
I'm not too sure which one I want to go for. Actually, I like all three answers. No, ma'am. I have felt her aura. She is not the one to blame for this curse.
I don't understand. If it's not her, then where is the source of the doom? How did she explain the curse?
The narrative she's built herself, it does need tearing down. Just don't say you don't have any answer yet. The uncertainty is killing her. To hell with it. Perchance you ought to just lie, sire.
I'm gonna lie to her. The source is the taxidermist shop. He became involved in arts darker than taxidermy and brought the void spirits down upon this place.
Oh, how horrid! I knew something wasn't right about that place. Tell me, did you find a way to break the curse?
Yes, I performed the ancient Semines dispelling rites. This commercial area is doomed no more.
Of course. I trust my Semines wards and charms kept you safe while you perform the ancient rites.
She looks at you with sudden admiration.
All that matters is that the energies are retreating. I can already feel the curse lifting. It will be a long time until we're fully free of it, of course. But still, thank you, officer. Truly, you've brought a better psycho-emanation to this humble bookstore, and that's no small achievement.
There we go.
She so badly wants this to be over. She would have believed anything.
Alright, farewell. Nice. That was a good mission that we solved. So, I was thinking about it, Dylan. I've got an idea for you. So, if you just want to stream, like, a little bit of the game, I think it would be cool to do on one of your streams. If you want to stream the whole series, I would maybe think twice about it, though. Because while I'm enjoying streaming Disco Elysium twice a week, I kind of wish I were playing it more frequently. So, unless you plan on streaming the series in quick succession, I probably wouldn't do it as a full series. Maybe start it off and then do the rest on your own time. But if you just do it here and there, it kind of leaves you wanting more, because it is a good game. I hope that helps.
I'm sorry, sir. I can't talk right now. I'm very busy with my homework. I have so much homework now.
Yes, there is a lot of meat on the bones. And yeah, kind of like what I mentioned. It just, you want to play more. I don't want to do like 6-hour streams or 8-hour streams, or do like, stream a game 5 days a week, especially when it's a story-driven game. That's why I'm kind of spacing it out a little bit more. But yeah, it definitely makes you want to keep playing.
You just can't win. Out of the rain and into the gutter.
What are you doing now?
Math. It's really difficult. Like, really. They say you need it to get rich. Better than standing outside in the cold, I guess. Oh, I found something while you were away.
What is it?
I thought this would fit you. Like, thanks for helping out. Not me. The city, I mean. Like a detective does.
That's awesome. I don't care where she got it. Okay, I get it. I can look just like Dick Mullen, except I'm an actual police officer.
Yes, I bet it looks good on you. Really serious.
Cool, man. Yeah, I definitely recommend playing this game. I have no regrets in starting it. I have no maybe I shouldn't say I have no regrets. I'm kind of torn with my decision to stream it. I think that's the one thing. Just because I kind of wish I could be playing more and playing it at my own leisure as opposed to being on a schedule. But yeah, no, I definitely recommend it. I hope you do play it, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I'm enjoying it.
Right, I have to get back to my homework now, before Mum notices. Man, this is hard.
Okay, let's see if we can increase our suggestion. There's -1 suggestion. Do you have any positive suggestion? Ooh, there's +1 suggestion. And let's put on our hat. Damn, we look good. Look at that. That is a good look.
Hi, Ace Detective. Are you here for more books?
Let's try it.
Because you know each other. She's been talking to you so openly because you've talked before.
Hang on, so you know me? We've met before?
Yes, I used to stand out there all the time, before Mother told me to focus on my homework. You've been running around all week without your shirt on, sir, telling people about being a star or something. I don't really understand who those stars are.
Oh, for sure. I definitely look like a cop now. Got my my navy blue jacket. Got the stripes on the shoulders. Got the blue cuffs. Got my my detective hat. People are going to take me more seriously now. Did I ever talk to you?
Of course, you stopped by a few times. You certainly look better than the last time I saw you.
Thanks, I'm trying.
Yeah, I can see. You don't have party eyes anymore.
Party eyes?
You know, like a cat in the dark, all big and wide-eyed. It certainly looks odd on a man.
Oh, I was stoned. Or high on something. Big and wide-eyed. She's talking about my pupils being dilated.
The swiveling eyes of a loony drug addict. That is what she meant. You were probably gurning too.
Gurning?
Good thing she didn't say party eyes loud. Her mother's nearby. Fuck yeah. You should get some party eyes right now. Snap those sequins on you, boy.
Damn you, electrochemistry. Does that mean I've been partaking in narcotics?
Oh, baby, that's not what you have to worry about. Worry about the important thing.
So why didn't you tell me you knew me to begin with?
I didn't know I had to do that.
No, that's fair. Thanks. I've learned something about myself today.
I'm glad I could help you, sir.
You did, Annette. You're a good girl. Okay, bye. See you around, Annette. Am I leaving? What's going on? Yeah, I feel like when it comes to streaming, my biggest issue is keeping a schedule with a game that I enjoy, or if a game that I'm not enjoying. You know, because sometimes just because you're scheduled to do something, you feel like you're forced to play even when you're not in the mood. And then other times you're scheduled too far apart where you're like, damn, I really want to get back into playing this game, but you know that you have to wait. Alright, let's have a look at our missions. Damn, I look good. This 20-sided dice is made of bloodstone and inlaid with lapis lazuli. Its colors resemble police sirens. Its blue partner is missing. Kinda looks like the fire department arriving on the scene. Got effed shit fingers. Oh yeah. Note, look at the map tab in journal to see where white checks have opened. What? I don't know if I totally get this stuff here. All right, let's some kind of superstar. Temporary research bonus, -2 logic, still seems unlikely. First, let's make it absolutely clear, no one is saying you're an actual superstar in the groupies and cocaine riddled with hepatitis C strikes a lionesque pose with a mic kind of way. You're not Guillaume Lemillion or Davy Dewis. No. You're a metaphorical superstar. You bring that rock and roll authenticity and passion to a line of work where people don't expect or want to see it. Where some would say it doesn't belong, law enforcement. Temporary research bonus, -2 empathy, cold-blooded. Can you not get tangled up in my cord? Holy moly, this cat. I swear she tries to get tangled up on purpose. We can stop that, and then we can do this, some kind of superstar. Oh, okay, no, hold on. First, if you have a side bitch ideology cooking somewhere, don't sweat it. Fighting indirect taxation for the Gossamer state is compatible with all creeds. It's cool like that. You're a cool anarchist now, unless you don't want to be an anarchist. Whatever, stuff this meal ticket in your eye socket and let's see if we can steal some love back from the robber barons at the customs agency and the banditos at the Insulindian Financial Oversight and Competition Committee. Let's internalize that. Alright, now let's go back and look at our tasks. Find the murder weapon. Perform a ballistics analysis on the bullet. How do I do that? Smoker on the balcony is at 2100. I think we're at like 1400, so we got quite a ways to go. We can't go down the coast because the bridge isn't open. Same thing with the cryptozoologist. We can try to perform a ballistics analysis on the bullet. We can try that. Not too sure how, but we can try. I thought we did that. Let Everett... Oh, okay, so we can go to Everett. We can go to Everett. We can bullet Everett. Okay. The bullet or Everett. Oh, actually, you know what? We've got the bullet with us. We can look at it.
The bullet is still safely sealed away in a plastic bag bearing the RCM stamp. The jacket of the bullet is made of a yellowish metal. You can just about make out a few. Far away, Lieutenant Kitsuragi is flipping through stations in his Kanima. He is not here examining the bullet with you. He should be. He would find this very intriguing. Mention it to him later when he's here. The jacket of the book, it's quite destroyed. Far away, Lieutenant Kitsuragi is flipping through stations in his Kanima. He is not here the squished little... I know. You should find the gun that shot this bullet.
It's my friend. I'm going to start talking to it. It will keep me company.
But bullets don't talk.
Oh, okay. Let's find the gun that shot it.
That sounds like something a police detective would... Then find the gun that shot it, and...
Alright. Let's go to Everett. Actually, what I should do is equip my bag. There we go. Let's talk to this guy. He's close by.
Hola, Wandering Man. How can I help you?
That weasel I visited. Turns out he has one hell of a colonial mug collection.
Yeah, the janitor who gave me the key to his apartment said the guy's a bit of an asshole.
See how we're all busy concentrating on the racist mugs? That's what the ruling class wants.
Yeah, it would be really bad if we got into an argument about it. Waste of a good noon. Or afternoon. Or night. Anyway, thanks for helping out, friend.
Is that something new? A giant ass print on the pillow and a pattern of coffee rings on the armrest. Someone is habitually chilling next to the radio.
The file cabinet stands steady as ever. Sliding out, the drawer slides shut.
Unclean area. Stains and ass prints. I'm hoping the ass print is just an indentation and not a dirty print, if you know what I mean. Hope it's not stained from his ass. I wonder if I can use my crowbar to open that up. Oh, what is this? Hey, we got some gloves.
Oh, hey, mister. I knew you'd be back to talk with old Leo here. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. It's like Lady UltimateRich said when she opened a bathhouse in the basement of my apartment building. They can only get so far before they're aching to get back. And lots of folk really did keep coming back.
I had some questions for you, if that's not too much trouble.
No trouble at all, mister. No trouble at all. It's like that old saying goes, wisdom withers if not shared. And old Leo is always up for sharing.
Are you the Leo who wrote the note to make more banners?
Oh, yes, yes. I leave all kinds of notes for myself. That old head of mine ain't so good at keeping things in no more. I almost forgot about the borscht.
What was that about the borscht?
Oh, yes. I've been taking special whirling borscht to the men every day since the strike started. It's very, very good. Makes a man feel so warm and happy. I feel like I could take on Mr. Renadan's boar dogs every time the lunch is done.
Is it spiked?
Power borscht, huh? Never heard of a borscht that turns little guys into dogfighters. Alcohol, however.
What do you mean by taking this soup to the men? Is it for striking?
Yes, yes. I'm taking it to them. The borscht keeps them happy and in fighting spirits. Makes you all warm inside. They brew it in the whirling in rags.
Hold up, who makes it at the whirling?
Oh, the whirling's cook. He makes it. Them is always talking with Mr. Manana in that weird language and laughing together. He doesn't speak what we speak. He's from Grad.
He's Polish, dude. Looks like the borscht is spiked. I'm gonna look into it.
Oh, sure, mister. Sure. You do that. Yes, sir.
He didn't actually understand what you meant. and now he's just nodding along.
Mr. Dubois, a pleasure as always. You don't have to sit down this time, since you've already sat on that chair.
I'm thinking, since the cook is Polish, or I suspect him to be Polish, I'm guessing it's spiked with vodka. I opened the door you asked me. Can we discuss the murder now?
I'm very glad to hear that, Harry. One question. You didn't actually happen to stumble in and see what's inside the apartment, did you?
He's trying to figure out if you're lying.
I did go inside. He had the glorious flag of Revachol the Suzerain on his wall.
The Weasel is no true patriot, Harry. He prays every night for the downfall of the Union, and spits upon the name of the King.
He was testing you, and you succeeded.
Now let's get down to brass tacks. It's
Hey,
time
brass
for men
tacks.
like me and you to figure out who's killed who and why. Real police work is gonna start happening now. I promise you, Harry, this is gonna be good.
Yep. You said the lynching and the strike are related. How? It's a Dylan Easter egg.
By now, I'm sure you've figured out who the dead man was working for. The bad guys. Wild Pines. Sent to scare us. Another violent measure of the top hats against us flatcaps.
What do you mean?
Harry, this strike is the culmination of many, many mistakes made by the Wild Pines group. They tried to shut the strike down by sending in armed mercenaries.
Our victim?
A security contractor? Can you imagine that? Workers standing in peaceful protest, united in the spirit of fellowship, and they send hired killers to mow us down with machine gun fire?
I didn't see any machine gun fire. What are you talking about, dude?
He performs a motion as if spraying bullets from a machine gun.
I'm talking beasts. Hardened killers from proxy wars in Yisut, Semenine, Saramaritsa, you name it, they've done it. Raping, killing, burning villages, killing little children for the Senorita Pineapple Company, Harry. Everything they did there, they brought over here. They want to turn Revachol into a third world slum. Honestly, the only thing they didn't do is kill the village elephant.
I don't know if I believe this guy. Hey Shadow, welcome to the stream. Nice to have you here. Go on.
Now, I haven't personally witnessed the brutalities out there. I have the luxury of staying in my container, you see. If I need to go somewhere, they just move my container.
He laughs. Wait, they move the container?
Yes, I'm an old man, Harry. My legs aren't what they used to be. They lift my office with that big crane. It's actually very fun. You should try it.
I think I will try it.
But enough about me and my fun container. The killers the company hired, I think there were 3 of them, all hardened commando types.
I think he's lying. I get, like, a serious vibe of him lying and trying to manipulate me.
One of them got downright suicidal, getting drunk, violent, a little rapey. Even their own negotiator couldn't control him. That's your boy, the one who likes hanging out and trees.
A little rapey? How did he end up hanging from the tree?
Harry, what you need to realize is, we dock workers are not pushovers.
He's trash, melt him.
We got grit, Harry. This whole neighborhood does. Push us hard enough and we push back. And when we do, we push to kill.
What I'm thinking of doing is picking up his container, lifting it, and then just dropping it on the ground from a high height. I think that would take care of him. Who exactly did the pushing?
There's a militant wing inside the Union. A group of people whose duties don't involve manual labor, but peacekeeping in the neighborhood, making sure everything runs smoothly. They're like you. Idealistic people who want to make sure that bad things don't happen. And if they already have, well, punishment must follow.
Did they kill the hanged man?
One day Titus Hardy, leader of this peacekeeping faction, comes up to me and says, "Boss, socialist democratic fervor drove us to take it upon ourselves to kill this beast that was burdening the land." He probably worded it differently, but that was the idea. Sure sounded to me like they killed him. I gave them 2 weeks paid leave and told them to lay low to avoid retaliation.
Are you not afraid that we're going to arrest them?
Oh, I'm not at all worried about that. These are not the kind of men who get arrested. They're Martinez boys, tough and gritty. I'd like to see the man who takes them in. Besides, I sent my lawyer girl to look after them.
Lawyer girl? You mentioned a lawyer girl.
Oh, Liz is a bright one. I paid for that law degree myself, thinking it'll probably turn her all fancy. But hell, Harry, she came back a firebrand socialist. Sometimes she scares me with her zeal.
Liz, okay. There was a bullet in the hanged man's head.
So they shot him?
Yes, someone shot him in the head before they hanged him. He sounds pleasantly surprised.
How odd. I don't know what to say, Harry. They told me they hanged him. A hanged man is what I saw when I took a look into that yard.
It's impossible to say if he's telling the truth, sire.
What I do know is, the case is in safe hands. If anyone can get to the bottom of this shot and hanged man, it's my favorite policeman, Harry.
So if he wants me to get down to the bottom of this crime, why did he pay them 2 weeks paid leave? He does have my gun, leverage. That's right. That is right. Thank you for reminding me of that, Dylan. I am not excited for Horizon. I was not a fan of the first game. I didn't hate the game, but I just wasn't a fan of it. How do you know the mercenaries were hired by the shipping company?
How do I know? Let me tell you about these people. That's their MO. It's what they do. Last winter, some poor workers in Terminal E went on a little strike. The company sent in Sediment, a security contractor. The strike was over the workers' right to wear protective footwear, Harry. These guys turn up and start beating people. Tell you what, Harry, I wouldn't be surprised if we got the same mercenary company after a little rebranding. And I'm sure as hell not surprised to see an army of scabs under my gates.
This just doesn't sound right. They sent in people when they were striking for the right to wear protective footwear. You don't have to strike to wear protective footwear. You just put on protective footwear. That's it. I don't know. Like, there seems to be a whole lot of holes in this story. So you think the security contractor organized the scabs?
You said it, Harry. Hell, one of those guys looks big enough to take down that proverbial elephant. Boys like that don't just happen to show up during strikes.
That does sound quite unlikely, yes. The big in the scabs at the gate is colossal.
Tell me about Titus Hardy and his crew.
Oh, they are simply fine young men, all 7 of them. Exemplary union members, always working to advance their position in the local socialist democratic movement. Core members.
7 men?
Old Theo used to run them, but things really kicked into gear when Titus took the reins and named the group after himself. Gotta love his initiative.
What more can you tell me? Who's second in command? Who's the most violent?
Harry, they're almost all of them great guys, born leaders. Whatever happened, I'm sure they only had the best interests of Revachol in mind. Work with them. Hell, interview them. But don't fight them. They really are just like you. Men who like beer, women, and some order on the streets.
Where can I find them?
You know what, Harry? I got a feeling they're gonna show up in full force tomorrow.
In the future, I could use your backing. Can you ask the Hardy boys to cooperate?
But of course! It's the least I can do for my good friend Harry. I'll do it right after we've concluded this talk.
What I am looking forward to is the next installment in God of War. I would say God of War is my favorite video game series of all time. I played all of them, including the ones on PlayStation Portable. Yeah, I love the God of War games, so I'm looking forward to the next one. And Gran Turismo 7 is going to be pretty sweet too. I love the GT games. I've got a seat and wheels set up as well.
When you meet this Titus, tell him about this. See what he has to say.
Also, Harry, here's 5 real.
He holds out a banknote. Wait, why are you giving it to me?
I'm not giving you anything. I'm just holding out 5 real.
I don't need it. I only wanted you to help me with the Hardy Boys. Not taking your money, you scum.
Oh, I wasn't offering it to you, just holding it out there. But I'm willing to share information. Was there anything else?
What is the wheel that I've got? It's the Logitech I want to say Logitech G27. I can go look. You know what? I'm going to stand up and stretch my legs and go have a look. Logitech G29. I don't know if you could hear me because I walked away to another room and I don't know the distance on my Bluetooth. So Logitech G29. That's the wheel that I have. Good talk. Let's conclude for now.
Was it a good talk? I'm not sure we made much headway here. I was hoping we'd bust the case wide open. Heck, I even wanted to tell you what I really want to achieve with the strike.
So why don't you tell me, you piece of crap?
I don't know what happened, Harry. I wanted you to feel like Mr. Martinez. And of course, I also wanted you to find your gun. But it's like I can't completely trust you. Yet.
What? What do you mean? I want to kill this mofo. Cool, Thrustmaster T248. I'm not too familiar with different wheels. The G29 is the only one that I've ever owned. I just did some research and decided that kind of fit my needs the best. I do really like it. I hope you're enjoying your Thrustmaster. Whoa, that sounds high-tech, dude. That sounds like it's a step above. That's awesome. Turn his body into bacon. I'm gonna try.
Yes, Harry. It's like I can't fully trust you if you're not a man of the left. I want to, but I just can't.
I'm not a man of the left. And you can go jump off a cliff and turn into a big red smear on the ground.
A man of the left, so you have to be a social democrat. He's been hurt too much in the past by men who aren't social democrats.
This is another corrupt scheme, isn't it? I'm neither left nor right. I do what my heart tells me to do.
What does your heart tell you about your lost gun, Harry? Does it tell you to forget about it? Or do you think it wants to be found? I think it's lonely and cold. I think it wants to be found, and I have a proposal for you.
What would this entail?
Once again, I require nothing unethical or illegal of you. You just need to get 2 little signatures on this piece of paper, and then mail it to my accountant in La Delta.
What are the signatures for?
I'm glad you asked, Harry. The Union is going to build a modern youth centre in Martinez. It will be righteous. We're gonna get those teenagers off drugs and on roller skates. There's a nameless little street on the coast with some old houses around it. Most people have already signed. I just need 2 more signatures to get this mission off the ground, Harry.
Where is this place exactly?
On the coast, Harry, across the canal. There's a cul-de-sac there, a little village they're calling it. A gloomy place. You'll find it. I trust your detective skills, Harry.
What will happen to the current occupants?
They are just gonna have to deal with the construction noise for 6 months, and then they'll be living like kings. Right next to a fancy new youth centre designed by the best architects from Stella Marie.
Is he absolutely sure the tenants won't be thrown out in the street?
Are you 100% sure no one's going to end up homeless?
Am I? Harry, these people, Martinez is the most important thing in my life. I would never let anything bad happen to them. We're gonna build a youth centre there. The value of their properties goes up and kids have a place to play in. I'm looking out for these people, not pulling the rug from under them, Harry. I'm looking out for all of Martinez, not just the harbour.
This dude is scummy, but I need my gun back.
You bring joy to my heart, Harry. Such a pleasure to be working with you. Here.
He hands you an open white envelope.
You need to get signatures from Isabel Sadie and Lillian Carter. The cul-de-sac is right past the pawn shop and across the canal. I hear there is some trouble with the waterlock, but they should fix it by Wednesday morning.
All right, sounds good, whatever.
Once you have the signatures, mail this to 13022 La Rocca in La Delta. Then we can talk about your gun.
You know what? I'm gonna tell him about the shady brew. Let him know that I got something on him as well.
I don't know what that means, Harry. Shady brew? There are so many moving parts in my operation, I can't keep track of them all. You know what? Don't even tell me. Whatever it is, do it. Surprise me. Just one thing. If you can, make it even shadier.
What is wrong with this guy? Oh, absolutely. I'm gonna liquidate his brains all over the wall once I get my gun back.
He sincerely has no idea what you were talking about. And he doesn't care either.
I met Joyce, the company representative.
Oh, that's very nice. I haven't gotten around to her yet. I'm very, very busy, you see. I hope you're getting along. One thing I want to make very clear, Harry, is that this is not some kind of union versus corporation situation. Everyone is just pals here.
Just pals?
We're all trying to do what's best for Martinez. Don't feel like you can't cooperate with her because you and I are such good friends and I helped you get the body down. And I'm helping you find your gun. I'm not a jealous guy.
Why haven't you let her in to see you?
If she actually wants to see me, she will find a way. Any good negotiator would. And I just don't have anything to discuss with a bad negotiator.
He doesn't want to see her. It's as simple as that.
Joyce said the previous union leader vanished under suspicious circumstances.
Vanished? Harry, the woman left her casserole in the oven and couldn't make it here in time for the voting. Oh, did I leave my casserole on? Better go home and check. The election can wait. When she got back, the whole thing was over.
Wait, there was no mention of a casserole from Joyce.
Funny, Joyce didn't mention any casserole.
Harry, Harry, Harry. Do not fixate on this little matter. Maybe it was a rabbit stew, or a hairdryer, or an iron. The point is, her heart wasn't in it. Mine was.
This particular brand of humor he has, it makes for a fine distraction.
What happened to the previous negotiator, Mr. Gaumont?
What do you mean, Harry? Nothing. I let him go.
It He made concessions for the company in previous negotiations. Why would you let an ally like that go?
He's an old man, Harry. I wanted him to spend more time with his family. God knows how long he's got left.
You called him a midget.
Harry, I have little people in my organization. I would never call someone a midget. What is this? Honestly, I'm beginning to think you're a midget, Harry. I'm only kidding, Harry. You're not a midget. No one is. We're pals.
This dude is scum. Okay, let's talk about something else.
Of course, Harry. Let me just assure you one more time. It's perfectly okay to share anything we discuss here with this Joyce. This is a completely transparent organization.
I like strawberry milkshake. This guy needs help now.
I have no interest in what she is doing, but I myself have nothing to hide. Your business is your business, and I respect your privacy. Just remember, none of this is secret. Tell her about all of it. My brother's picture, my singing swordfish clock. Tell her how overweight I am and how I'm helping you find your lost gun. Tell her about everything. Everett doesn't mind.
Oh, this guy's a goblin. He's the definition of goblin. These are the goblins that Alex Jones is talking about.
It is rather interesting to tell people things about each other, isn't it? It was nice telling him about her right now.
Alright, let's just go.
See you soon, Debarger. Just kidding, but not too much.
Alright, I'm gonna go feed my cats. I'll be back in a moment. Alright, I'm back. Put him in a mental asylum. I hope we can make him uncomfortable. You can force him to sit on the terrible chair? Hell yeah. I wish I could use this crowbar on him. I'm pretty sure one little light tap and he would start considering getting that that gun back to me.
A rusting control panel with several knobs. 2 buttons marked Marsh and Arrête are faded with use. It seems to control the large crane above. A container is attached to its hook block. Marsh. On. Arrête. Off. crane stands tall, proud, erect, and still. With a loud grind, the crane shifts overhead, moving a massive metal container through the air. With a surprisingly quiet thunk, the crane places the container down.
Sorry, I'm just getting some paper here. I need to make a note of something that has just come to mind. All right.
The harbor sleeps as the strike rages in the distance. The crane can rest again, now that its purpose has been fulfilled.
Its purpose? What do you mean?
Moving this container, of course. For this purpose it was built. For this purpose it has acted. And now it will rest. Before you stands a cargo container, just one of many in the yard.
Hey there, sugar.
The container door appears unmoved by your attempt at flattery.
Come on, don't shut me out. Let me in.
The door does not respond to your advances. Is it possible that it seems somehow more closed than before?
Open the door.
You attempt to turn the handle, to no avail. The doors seem to be mechanically locked.
Knock on the door.
No reply. The knock produces a hollow ring of metal. Doesn't sound like there's anything inside the container.
Let's see if we can improve our rhetoric. -1 rhetoric. I think I might want to put on these gloves. Electrochemistry. There we go. Let's wear those. What does rhetoric give me? No, I don't think I want to spend a point on that.
You're back before the cargo container. Its draw has not lessened since you were last here. If anything, it seems to have grown slightly.
Let's see if we can get double sixes.
Why are you even trying to open a door with rhetoric?
Yeah, why am I?
Who understands anything you do?
Let's talk to this dude. I feel like he can tell me how to open it. Hello, Mr. Dude.
Oh, hey, mister. I knew you'd be back to talk with old Leo here. Yes, I did.
Leo,
yes,
in the
I
future,
did.
can we
It's
keep
like
this
Lady
greeting
Louise
shorter?
said. Sure, mister. Absolutely. I'm always willing to help out nice fellows such as yourself.
No, I guess not. So what are we off to? There was something else. There was something else I needed to do. Oh no, the bullet, which we can't do anything with. We should just talk to people. Talk to the big dude, maybe. Yeah, you know what? Let's talk to the big dude.
Your race descent has only worsened since I last saw you. You have really let yourself go.
Why are you not with the Hardy Boys?
I am not the first line of defense. I am the last. In addition, these so-called Hardy Boys are an effeminate clique of bodybuilders. Their company is spiritually degrading.
Interesting.
You pick up on something artificial in his tone, like he's putting on an act. This is unlike him. He is usually more himself.
There's more to it. What have you got against them?
Fine. They have recently fallen under the influence of a possibly sexually perverted female vagrant and a narcotics peddler. It's shameful.
What do you mean?
Find out for yourself, endomorphic blob.
Alright, let's subscribe to this guy's advanced race theory.
Ask what kind of races there are first. Classification is core to this stuff.
Measurehead, I am new to this world. Help me understand its races. I need to know what kind of different races are there.
There are 3 categories of race. Type A, the heroic races. Type B, the servile races. And the vile CF race cauldron of pederasty. Which one do you need education on?
The vile CF race cauldron of pederasty, please.
I knew you would go straight for the vile cauldron. Everyone does. You need to first learn about Type A and B to appreciate the depravity of the chimeric races.
So why even give me an option, you piece of dump?
Yeah, I mean, otherwise, it just won't make any sense.
Alright, type E.
Those are the
Type A, I mean.
Similes, the Areopagite, and the Occidentals, excluding the Maun, of course. The Maun are riddled with eczema to the point where they find it impossible to smile. They are all lactose intolerant, a common result of inbreeding.
Yeah, sounds like these Mauen are
A receding genetic pool has led the Maun on reprehensible street parades. In Maun cities like Stadskanal and Vredefort, wearing wooden clogs on their feet and little green tassels on their hats.
Wait, who exactly are the Mon?
You know them by the names of their nation-states. The Oranese, the Gotwaldians, and the Königsteiners. My people simply call them Maun.
That means nothing to me, dude.
Mahun is a derogative term for first world people of Gotwaldian descent. They do not all have eczema. Also, people of Katla, like the Suru and the Uhu are much more lactose intolerant.
The wooden clogs, though.
In some municipalities of Oranje, people do wear shoes made of wood to street parades. Green, orange, and even yellow tassels have also been seen on hats.
The Maun are proof that you can have too much Occidental racial purity and tassel-centric culture. Inbreeding has led to a lactose-intolerant subrace whom no one can take seriously.
There's nothing wrong with being lactose intolerant. You shouldn't drink too much milk anyway.
Colorful tassels are, let's be honest, not a good sartorial choice for this century. You might want to avoid wooden clogs too.
Okay, got it. Who are type A then, in your view?
The Vespertines and Messenians of Vesper and Messina. The ancient Meteorans of Meteo by the golden Pisantic Sea. The Suren of Sur-la-Clé, and even the North Königsteiners. All have type A race propensities. The other large mondial civilization, the Mesk, are too yellow and oleaginous to count as a heroic race. True, they are violent and expansionist, but they have a glandular problem.
He draws his finger across his face.
Overproduction of sebum. Sebum is leaking into their brains, making them listen to El Mariachi music and eat toxic minced meat-based food, which in turn only produces more sebum.
And who are the Seminese and Areopagites in this?
As proven by the Maun and the Mesk, Occidental type A is in retrograde. The Seminese and the Areopagites are on the ascent.
And the Seminese are?
The indigenous people of this, the Insulindian archipelago. The Seminese inhabit the southern islands. I am Seminese, from the stock of Ulmuir on Ile de Fantôme.
Hey Fabrice, welcome to the stream. Nice to have you here. And the Areopagites?
The Areopagites are the master race of the Ile Maran deserts. The Seminese are descendants of the Areopagites. We came here during a heroic migration from Ile Maran to Ansuland. Thousands of years before the lactose-intolerant Maun-ridden Occidentals discovered this place.
Wait, didn't Ile Maran desert pygmies invent alcohol and get pillaged just a short while ago?
Weren't the Ilmarians pillaged by my people and then Al Ghul happened and all that?
No. Those were scimitar-wielding race losers of Zahrava, Izzet, and Bashir, with their Himmi servants. Big difference. The Areopagites were fasting and conquering while this happened. You never penetrated the western dunes.
Jean, baby, you're on fire.
The young woman looks adoringly.
I know, bae.
What's the difference between the Seminese and the Areopagites?
The Areopagites are sleek, long-headed. The Seminese are powerful, mesomorphic. The former is an immutable progenitor, unchanged since the Super Isola of Pericarnassus. Ancient brains rest in their slender skulls.
He falls silent, contemplating the beauty and the mystery.
The latter is perfected and adapting. Together they form the Simeno-Areopagite, or Simeopagite super race. That is all. There are no more type A races in the world.
This guy sounds like a black supremacist.
TBOI are the unheroic races, amorphous non-competitors of the great race. The Koikos and the Vacholiers, they are mud-colored people.
The Koikos of Grad, Yugo, Zhimsk, Shest et al. Are what you would call white, officer, in a suspect description.
Mud-colored?
To an untrained eye, the Koiko appear white and pinkish, like a ham sandwich. But look into their eyes and you will see. They are of an distinct muddy color, and so is their skin. Unhealthy, sweaty, and ashen. Pinkness is a racial quality that has to be earned through centuries of advanced ballistic warfare and cultural domination that the Grad people have undergone for drinking alcohol and smoking the degenerate tobacco and for eating potato.
What's wrong with eating potatoes?
The Koiko, the countless micronationalities of Grad, are all inexplicably obsessed with potat. The only thing they like more is dividing into microscopic ethnostates, like political amoeba.
Wouldn't he be one for ethnostates?
No, dude, you're completely right, Dylan. Pretty much everybody in this game is messed up. There's not a lot of likable characters. I think the only person that I've come across that I really like so far is Annette, the girl that works in the bookstore, like the daughter of the bookstore owner. I think she's the only one that I like. Everybody else is like trash. But then again, I feel that way about most people in the world. I think most people are trash. There's only a small percentage that are decent. Another traitor. I thought you of all people would support the ethnostates.
Democratic ethnostates are microscopic. They breed genetic mediocrity. The Semino-Areopagite superstate will cover the entire remaining planetary crust, uninterrupted, from Holy Semenine to the Boreal Plateau of Katla. Its leaders will be the genetic epitome of the Simonese and Areopagite stock, elected by nature, not the base inner spoilage called demos.
And the Vacholiers you mentioned?
The Vacholians, halfway between Type A and the racial called Ron. Two mixed to know right from wrong. You tried your degenerate little revolution, which was the single greatest failure committed by humans in our 82,000-year history on this planet.
82,000 years? Okay.
Is it 82,000 years that we've been recording history? You have very little idea of what is happening, but that seems a little off.
I'm pretty sure history hasn't lasted that long.
The mysteries of the people of this planet are a tragedy that has played out countless times over, like a fever dream of skin, hair, and bone. Wake up, naive Chespius.
What was this revolution?
The revolution came to Ravachol from Grad, in Zara's ridden potato carts. It is literally an illness, a prion disease that leaves the parietal and frontal lobe ridden with holes. A soft, sponge-like mass of dementia, hallucination, and paranoia. The revolution is fatal familial insomnia. A hereditary prion condition passed from the Koiko to the Occidentals. But not sexually. Probably through trade roots and potate acid, the prime component of the potato gland. Enough of TBOI mediocrity.
Alright, now tell me about this vile CF race cauldron of pederasty.
Tips CF are a museum of failed chimeric experiments and tragic maladaptations. They are tortured creatures waiting to be put to sleep. Your morbid interest in them worries me.
Chimeric experiments?
Lesser races like the mosquito, a grotesque mixture of a masked woman and a Seminese man. Only possible if the mother is masked and the father Seminese. The other way around, they fail to produce offspring. The mosquito is born sterile, like a donkey. All they have left is to ride customized motor carriages with hydraulic suspension, listening to aggressive El Mariachi music to vent their impotent despair.
This guy, I swear.
Then there is the Simino Koiki Chimera. Are you sure you wish to know of the Simino Koiki Chimera? It is not an aesthetic site.
Yep.
The Koiko, as you know, are very servile, especially when they meet the rich man. Racial scientists have toyed with the idea of crossing the Seminese with the Koiko to produce a super worker of Seminese strength and Grad servility. This will never happen. The Seminese and the Koiko may have similar interbreeding problems as the mosquito. We will never know precisely. No Seminese man could maintain an erection in the suffocating potato stench of a Koiko woman, or Koika.
Holy moly.
But enough. It is cruel to entertain ourselves with the deformities of Type CF. Were there any able-bodied races you needed education on?
Now that we've been through all the types, do I understand advanced race theory?
You understand nothing. To solve the great race enigma, you have to first ask yourself, what is the race enigma? You have not even worded the mystery, let alone solved it.
How do I word the mystery?
You need to internalize what you have heard here today, then return to me. This clarity does not come instantly.
Alright.
I cannot possibly imagine what else we have to discuss, TBOI Repentance. Your love for disco music and venereal disease?
Nobody loves venereal disease. What are you talking about, you psychopath? I like that. Temporary research bonus. -1 drama. Fooled by the absurdity. Yep. It's pretty absurd, that's for sure. Come on, go down the go down the stairs. Can you go down the stairs? Down. These stairs are effed. There we go.
Right to work! Right to work! Shame on you! When a bunch of ungrateful, lazy cockroaches can't get their act together, decide to block honest work for other people.
What do the strikers want? He shifts uncomfortably in his workers' overalls.
Beats me. They mumble nonsense about boardrooms and workers' rights, while we have the right to work!
Damn, that's right.
When the man moves around, you perceive some serious abs underneath his tight-fitting shirt. This man is in shape. There's something odd in the way he carries himself. His set of clothing looks vaguely mismatched. The different pieces of the attire seem ill-fitting.
Ill-fitting? What does that mean?
His shirt is far too small and an unpleasantly tight fit, while the overalls, held up by a belt, seem to fit a man with much more corpulence.
Corpulence? You, wearing new clothes.
He ignores your question, choosing instead to turn to the emaciated workers, raising both fists in the air. The clothes are obviously not his. Silence is the answer. There's something off here, but he won't say what. You've been talking to him for quite a while now. Something is off with this guy. Ask him where he's from.
Okay, I gotta ask, where exactly are you from?
What's it to you?
Routine, part of the investigation.
Am I a suspect? Done no crimes. I only fight for the rights of people.
Already got that. I'm interested in your background.
We're all workers, right? Workers stick together. Came from the eminent domain, in Jamrock. Backgrounds in odd jobs, heavy lifting, cargo hauling, bouncer work. I know the drill.
A bouncer? Where? I frequent a lot of bars. Maybe it's one I know.
Worked at Territorial. Ring a bell?
Not right now, but I might have been there. I don't really remember things well.
Uh-huh. It was a long time ago.
All right. Let's see here. What do we have? Oh yeah, so we can go to the Whirling in Rags. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go to the Whirling in Rags. It's a bowl. There's spit in it, reeking of tobacco. You see hawthorn bushes outside.
The man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you a little nod, acknowledging your presence.
What is in that borscht you're making there?
The man says a couple of sentences in that strange language of his, and then seems to wait for you to speak.
Well, let me hear the words he's saying and I can tell you what he's talking about.
I'm pretty sure he asked you a question. He doesn't know your language. You can just say something cool in return.
Mercury rising.
Borscht need more vodka?
That's what I said. Vodka. He's Polish. Of course he's putting vodka in there.
Of course, vodka. Now that makes a very, very special borscht indeed. Turn it up and then ask for some yourself. Turning it up seems like a dangerous idea, honestly. The place is a powder keg.
I'll leave the cooking to you. I have business.
The cook gives you a long, inspecting look, then shrugs too, and seems to wait for you to speak.
Leo said you're friends with Mañana. Is that true?
The mention of Mañana gets his attention. He smiles and delivers a whole slew of unfamiliar words and lively gestures. Then he falls silent again.
Okay, let's talk about the borscht.
The man says, I'm pretty sure he doesn't know your language. You can just say something cool in return. Of course, vodka. Now that makes it. Turning it up seems like a dangerous idea, honestly. The place is a powder keg.
Okay, no vodka, cut it.
The cook gives you a long, disappointed look, then turns the stove off and seems to wait for you to speak.
All right. Fear and loathing, but as a cop? Kind of. I can see that. I need to watch Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas again. It's been a while. You know what? I want to do the art on the wall. I don't want to talk to these losers. Or no, who was that chick I wanted to talk to? Liz. I want to talk to Liz. Where's Liz? Let's see if we can find her on the map. I want to get that paint.
You hear someone walking around inside, rearranging the furniture. The number on the panel says 10. The walking stops abruptly, but no one comes to the door. Sounded like a woman. A woman's shoes. A poor communard, from the looks of it. The room is barely bigger than a closet.
This is the police. Open up.
Do I have to open the door?
You hear the clacking of heels again as the other side walks right up to the door. Her tone is now getting a defensive edge.
Do you have a warrant? I'm not obligated to open the door if you don't have a warrant.
It's generally easier to do things if you have literally any reason.
All right.
This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number on the board says, number 11.
Examine the padlock.
It's a solid lump of metal, but the shackle is deeply corroded. A solid pair of chain cutters would make short work of it.
Hey, I got chain cutters.
Better whip out those cutters. You won't get very far otherwise.
Let's knock.
No reply. This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number on the board.
Let's see if we can increase our interfacing. No, we can't. At least doesn't seem like it. Check some more. No. No worries, Robert.
This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number on the board says, "Now the shackle snaps like a twig, and the lock falls to the floor with a little thud. It should be possible to enter now."
Cool. A flamboyant poster of a white star. Real lithography. Photos of revolutionaries posing with guns. That was quick. Books of critical theory on the monstrosities of capital and such. Let's take it all. Got a lounge jacket, nice. Revolutionaries love to pose with their guns. Hold on, there was something else.
A plaster cast bust depicts a middle-aged man with impressive sideburns. The name on the plinth reads, Kraz Marzov. Krasmazov, nom de guerre, was an economist and a theoretical historian. He was a leading figure in the Grad side of the turn-of-the-century revolution, where he headed the 9-day government. Mazov is considered the father of scientific communism, Mazovian thought, or Mazovianism.
Whoever lives here needs to learn how the economy actually works.
The bust doesn't reply. The hallway behind the door is empty. No one heard your words.
A communard lives in this room.
A poor communard, from the looks of it. The room is barely bigger than a closet.
Krasmazov was a mass murderer. There's nothing cool about keeping his bust on your nightstand.
The bust doesn't reply. The hallway behind the door is empty. No one heard your words.
Thank you very much, Robert. I do need to get some water, but believe it or not, I actually have 2 cats laying on me right now. Katya is laying on my torso, and Lagatha is laying on my legs. It's kind of awesome. Cool. I should have checked these earlier. Moss crawls on those bathroom tiles, actual moss. These shower curtains are covered in some sort of slime. Oh yeah, they got the 3 count on me, man. A loud rumbling snore comes from within. All right. Balcony. No, I don't want to go to the balcony. Let's go talk to the chick briefly. Let's try to get the paint from her. And if we can't, or we can, whichever, either or, we'll end the stream there and I'll jump over to streaming Isaac. But let's first talk to the chick.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Oh, that's right. Need conceptualization. No worries, my pleasure, Dylan. I'm glad you guys are enjoying this. Okay, conceptualization. Does anything else affect my conceptualization? No. Okay. Let's check my clothes. What did I get? Oh, I got an empty cassette case. Oh no, that's items, not clothes. What was this new shirt that I got? Hey, there we go, conceptualization. Nice. Another conceptualization, but -1 suggestion. What are we at now?
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
42. You know what? I'm going to put a point into my conceptualization. Let's jack it up.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Damn. It's a red check. I only get one chance. I feel like I don't want to try it with 58%. I want to get a little bit higher. You know what? We're going to leave it for now. We'll leave it, and we'll come back to this. All right, I'm going to end the stream here. It is 4:30. We've gone through a bit of the day. We've achieved some things. You know, finished off some tasks. And so we'll pick this up again on Thursday. So hope to see you guys there. I'm glad you're enjoying it. And yeah, if you want to keep watching me stream, I will be back probably in about 5-10 minutes with the Binding of Isaac race to 3,000,000%. So hope to see you there. And if not, I'll see you elsewhere. Take care. Bye-bye.